So I just saw Werewolf by Night, and it was mostly good, but it's definitely not this great, classic, massive, insane accomplishment that some others have claimed it is, but it was fairly good. And given how erratic Phase 4 has been with the MCU, this is one of the better projects, but that's not saying a whole lot. If you know the comics, they have departed a little bit from the source material. This is played by a Hispanic actor. I don't think that was too annoying, but it is not the source material. There's things here that are referenced in the comics, but a lot is just made up out of nowhere. But I will say they give you a massive Easter egg in the center of the story that was very accurate. I like that a lot. That was very well done. That was very powerful. But the main story, beyond a certain point, gets very predictable. We've been here before, and you'll notice right away what they're up to. So, what is Werewolf by Night? Well, essentially, it's just a very long homage to certain older films with Universal, the horror movies of the 1930s and 40s. For what it is, it's a nice little love letter. It's a well done short story. They get where they need to go. The guy does the thing, he does the thing, he saves the thing, and defeats the villain. We've been here before. That's not even a spoiler. We all know, obviously, they're going to take some risks, but this is fairly low stakes, even for what it is. But I thought it would be completely stupid and really boring. It's not. I think they use their time mostly pretty wisely, but the setup itself is kind of silly and weak. Basically, the werewolf is lured to a monster hunt convention, basically, and then they test their skills in a maze. Double, triple twist, things are not as they appear, and betrayals happen, and twists happen, and you'll predict it a mile away. It's not really all that surprising or shocking. I think the lead performers were charismatic enough. It wasn't anything to brag about, but it was well done. I think the direction was very good and strong in many places, with some of the special effects and some of the lighting and some of the choices, but in other places, it's very lazy and very incompetent. For instance, in one scene I remember pretty clearly, someone's ear, I think pretty clearly, either got sliced off or it's not on their body anymore. And in the next couple of scenes, it's back. Magically, the ear came back out of nowhere. So the stunt work is fine, but beyond a certain set of punches and kicks, we've been here before. This is not Jason Bourne. They're not breaking new ground with the stunt work. In fact, I was kind of disappointed when they revealed the werewolf. That's it. I mean, I'm glad they made it more practical than CGI. That's good because the CGI with Marvel does stick out, and it's not very good most times. Like Endgame, Thanos just looked like purple mush to me. So they avoided the extreme mushiness of Endgame, Infinity War, and they've also avoided the meandering tactics of WandaVision or the Falcon series. So that's good. It doesn't draw out more than it has to. It gets to its points. I think it's very fun, it's enjoyable, but beyond a certain point, it was kind of empty. And there really was only one little part of the story that I felt was very effective, and that comes near the end. That is well done, I won't lie. So the ending is strong. So even if you're kind of bored at the beginning, just stick around. I think it does have a good payoff. But I think the main problem I had was the antagonist. When they revealed the antagonist, she was so over the top. And I realized they're trying to do an older style of acting, but even for that style of acting, this was so ridiculous. It was so exaggerated. It became so annoying. I just didn't want to see this woman anymore. I just wanted her gone. And you know, if a character is that annoying, you know what's going to happen to them in a horror movie. So it's just not that much exciting stuff here. But where it is good, it is strong. Where it's weak, it's weak. So I'm going to give Werewolf by Night a 6.5. This is really comparable to Black Widow, where they experimented with a certain visual style. They were consistent, and that was well done. And that's fine, but it's nothing to brag about. And that was kind of like an above average action movie, but with a lot of flaws. This is kind of an above average horror movie, but with a lot of flaws. So I recommend it, but don't have your hopes too high. It's just what it is. It's a nice little journey back in time. And that's about it with Werewolf by Night.